we'll keep coming back to quarterbacks. Looked like Dylan Whitkey was getting a lot of the second
Yeah.
team rested. He didn't see Pop Watson out there today. What was the situation?
Yeah, I've suspended Pop indefinitely for a violation of team rules. Unfortunately, he won't be with us this week.
Does that make Whitkey your emergency guy? It depends on how Grant's going.
Yeah, we're still progressing. We'll get all the way to kickoff with Grant, but we have to get Dylan ready. And in fact, we're getting Ben ready, and we got to be ready for whatever happens. Hopefully Grant's good to go, and Dylan's had a good 2 days. That thing was pretty neck and neck when we went with Pop last week, and so it's a good opportunity for Dylan.
Marcel was doing a little bit of scout team stuff for you there. I know it seems like he just started to get help, or finally got cleared, is healthy finally. What has he shown you as scout team guy? I know he's pretty athletic.
He is. Right now, they're fighting for him. The offense, the defense. I mean, he's got good ball skills. He's been chomping at the bit to get back. He had surgery in the off season that he wasn't able to do much until the last few weeks. But we asked him to do some things today. A little scout team quarterback, receiver. Did a great job. Really did. Getting healthy. Hopefully he'll be cleared sooner than later where he can start working in with us.
How's Kyron looked in practice this week? He seemed adamant yesterday that he's going to do whatever it takes to help this team win.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's pouring it into it. He's a hard worker. He's in the film room. He's got his foot on the gas right now.
You feel encouraged about any of the injured guys after seeing them on the field today?
Yeah, I think getting through today and yesterday's big because those are the full speed days. Tomorrow's more of a walkthrough mindset and physically not as challenging. So it was good. I thought Jay Lane looked pretty good today. I thought Stroman looked good today. I thought Mose Phillips looked good. Tisdale's out running around. He looks good. I'm not sure. I might be missing one or two. Jenkins looked pretty good today. He's probably one of those guys you've got to see how he is in pregame because that's a banging deal. We're trying not to bang him right now. And then, Nasir's coming along. He won't be ready, but he's coming along. He did a lot today. In some other areas, it was kind of surprising. So hopefully he's back before, sooner than later.
That starter position with Woodson, he's been getting a lot of reps. Do you see Cotman getting in there at all, or would you go more to a nickel to keep the veterans on the field?
Yeah, no, I think right now it's nickel, but we obviously want to bring Antonio along. He's another one of those talented freshmen that, needs to get squared away and everything, right? These guys, it's campus life, it's learning the playbook, it's all of it. And so we're trying to bring him along a little bit, and hopefully he can help us in some teams and work his way into a role on defense.
Defensively in general, are there anything that going on that are concerns for you that you weren't necessarily anticipating coming into the season?
I think the injuries, obviously. I think I talked in the preseason a bunch about our depth in the secondary, and if we got banged up too early, and those freshmen, and it's a good group, but losing Nasir out the gate like that, and then with Stroman's, ability not to play a complete game, it's putting a lot of pressure on those guys, on Mose and on Jay Jones, and we got Christian Williams has been banged up. He's back with us now. He's working at one of those safety spots. We've got to bring him along. And if you when you move Mansour or Canteen out back to safety, now you're relying on Braylon and Dante at the corner position, and so whichever way you go, there's some pressure on those freshmen right now.
In that fourth quarter, when Rutgers able to get the running game going again, is that more execution things there, or was it more a guy that was having a day?
I think it's both. I think it's really, I thought credit to them. They committed to the run game, and they're doing a nice job with it between their quarterback. They got a nice tailback. They got a big offensive line. But, we didn't execute great in the fourth quarter. We didn't hold edges. We didn't tackle well. I think we get run down a little bit. We got to keep investing in a healthy rotation, playing more guys, so that we can be the defense we need to be in the fourth quarter.
I asked you yesterday about special teams. You said you guys need to give your returners a chance. It seems like Tucker's broken off one or two explosive plays for you. What have you seen from him, and what do you hope to continue to get him going?
Yeah, again, he was a guy that was really limited through camp with an injury, and so he's just getting back to full speed. I don't think he hit it, on the return the other day. I don't think he wasn't quite himself. He's getting there, but I think between him and Jay Lane and Tootin, we've got to flip the field or get a big score. We got some potential there that can help us win a football game for sure.
What have you observed about just how Coach Price has been able to lead the defensive unit up front so far this year?
Yeah, I think they've played real solid up front. I think they've been gap accountable. We'd like to garner a few more TFLs out of that group. We didn't get the sack production we wanted the other day, but we also didn't make them throw it much. We got to make people one-dimensional. We haven't been able to do that this year.
Your dad had such a connection to that Marshall team in the plane crash. He knew some players apparently that was participating in that. I read an interview he did 40 years later when the movie was coming out. He's still pretty emotional about that. I was curious, has he ever talked to you about that? Is he planning on coming to this game?
Yeah, we're flying him in tomorrow evening. He gets into Huntington, and he'll be there the weekend with us. But it is an emotional thing for him. I think anybody that went through something like that and was there during that time, and how challenging and trying and emotional, and so he's talked about it some. Really had trouble. I don't know that he's watched the movie in its entirety yet. Him and Mom are there at the end when they got the families around the memorial. Those are actual families from the Young Thundering Herd. It was always a pleasure for me to meet Coach Lingle at the convention. He was always there, and he'd find Dad and want to see me and my brothers that were coaching. And Marshall's near and dear to my father.
What stands out to you about Marshall's defense as you're
Fast.
doing your prep?
Yeah, they're fast at the second level. Fast linebackers, fast safeties, big up front. They fly around.
One of the young guys, George Balance. You mentioned him in your
Yeah.
post game after Rutgers. Seems like he's been out here making plays from what we've seen. What have you liked? I know he's young. How he's coming along.
Yeah, I tell you what, he just triggers. When the ball declares, he goes and gets it. And I love that about him. He's quick. He's a little undersized, but he's quick and he's tough. And to be a true freshman coming off of an ACL injury, he's doing a heck of a job.
I saw Jonathan Coney out there, not participating, but it seems like out of the blue jersey, is he progressing, and is he someone you want to get in the run game this year?
Yeah, we were getting more and more excited about Coney when he had the injury and required surgery. But they're telling me he's ahead of schedule, which he can help us, whether it's in the backfield, whether it's on special teams, whether it's on scout team. We had 14 guys with surgeries since the summer that have either kept them from playing to this point or will keep them from playing here on out. And that's, some of that's guys in the 2 deep, but some of it's guys that would be helping us on the scout team, providing the best look we can get.
You guys good? I was going to say, Andy asked you a little bit about your dad's connection to West Virginia. I know your family has a lot of ties to West Virginia. How cool is this going to be for you to go play in that state?
Yeah, it's it's kind of a homecoming. I grew up in West Virginia up until about 9th grade, and then of course moved to Lexington and spent the rest of my time growing up there. But I was talking with my mom just the other day. We were in Huntington for 4 years. She, my dad, myself. He played there, and then he GA'd there. So we spent a good amount of time. I haven't been back to Huntington since 4 or 5 years old. So, let's go get a win.